Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Asking Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who may need to see it as well. Also, if you have time, please leave us a comment in the comment section. So, today wasn't easy. It was not an easy day, and most of my days are pretty easy. So whenever that happens, it is definitely an event. I told you guys yesterday that I had decided that I was going to work on forgiveness this week. And, I'm always working on myself because I think that no matter how good you are, you can always be better in every area. So I'm always like doing professional development with reading books on spirit and spirituality, Googling things, learning things, researching things, getting new decks, learning new card spreads. I'm always trying to better myself in all of the areas that I engage in life, basically. And I basically, at this point in my life, do them based on priority. When I first started, it was the same thing really. When I first started getting into spirituality, everything is always based on the priority. What is going on? What is going wrong? What needs to be addressed that day? And for many things, it takes a little bit of time to work through them. So when I first got started deeply in spirituality, it was because I was coming out of the situation with Voldemort and I wanted to try to heal productively versus self-destructing. So, of course, that was the pressing issue. But then other issues come up. So, over the last, 15 years or so, I've dealt with different things as they surfaced. And some things I deal with for a while, they not quite done. I go deal with something else, come back. Some things are an ongoing process, what I call a work in progress. And sometimes you deal with something and it's over. You release it emotionally and it's gone. So I said I was going to work with forgiveness because I think I have forgiven a lot of people and I've forgiven a lot of things, but I knew I had not forgiven everything, because every once in a while I think about choking certain people, and it's not everybody. So I'm like, those are the people who I've obviously not finished dealing with. Those things have gone unhealed. So this week is the week I wanted to address them. So I woke up and I was very excited about this because I was ready. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready like Tevin. I'm ready, because for the past 5 months, I've been mostly focused on prosperity. All my magic, all my vibration, all my law of attraction work has been prosperity because I had a lot of things to pay for in a very short amount of time. Some of you already know that. I had to go to Orlando, which I had to go anyway, which is cool. But directly after that, I had to go to this BronyCon that I promised my daughter I would take her to, and it was the last one. Y'all remember that. Then this week coming up, or next week coming up, or October 5th, put it like that, is my brother's wedding. So I knew I had to pay for the stuff involved in that. Hair, nails, shoes, accessories, airfare, Airbnb, all that kind of stuff. So I've been mostly focused on manifestation, prosperity, money, those kind of things, and keeping it flowing so I could do all of these things. Well, that trip is next week, and everything except one thing is paid for. And while that is still a concern, I'm just like, look, I'm tired, and I'm pretty much done. So I decided to start on a new project. Okay, I'm like, okay, you can slow down with your focus on prosperity so much. So what's next? So I was like, I want to do forgiveness because I want to get my head right. I told you guys I really want to eventually consider. I'm actually hoping to do it, but I'm right now in the considering phase of manifesting a life partner. I told you guys I've been thinking about this, kicking it around for years now. So I realized that if I'm going to do it, which I'm still not sure if I'm doing it or not, but if I'm going to do it, certain things have to happen first. So I said I might as well do those certain things then. So if I choose to, I can get started. And if I don't choose to, at least they're done. And one of those things was forgiveness work. I had said that I needed to release any hurt or vibration from lovers from the past. Whenever you want to manifest love into your life, that's one of the things they always tell you to do first, is get rid of the old vibrations, get rid of all that blockage, because all those energies and feelings and emotions and all that stuff gets in your way a lot of times. So I wanted to clear away, forgive everything, clear everything away. And so I said, all right, I'm gonna start with Voldemort. That's the biggest one. The other ones really don't even matter that much. That's the one that really bugs me sometimes. So I was like, I want to finish working on that, because I've worked on that. You guys know I've worked on that consistently to get it to where it's at. And now I want to be finished with it, which is what I've been working on for the past year. So I said, okay, so the last part of any process is forgive and release. So I'm like, okay, we're going to work on forgiveness this week. And when I open that Pandora box, because you know it's always there, but I'm just Aquarius and I know how to compartmentalize it. So when I opened that box this morning, oh my God, I was so excited about starting, and then it just knocked me down. It knocked the wind out of me. It really did. I got a meditation. I did 2 meditations, as a matter of fact. And I also got out my couple different card decks, a couple different oracle decks. And I looked at them and asked them, just what can I do to release this energy? What can I do to let go of this energy? And what the hell is this energy, you know? And basically they told me different things to do. And one of them I actually posted in the community section. I posted it with one of the meditations I did. And it was all about forgiving myself and forgiving the other person. So I'm like, okay, forgive yourself and forgive Voldemort. That's the focus. Okay, fine. Then after I did that and I did the meditations, I was supposed to journal. That's the last part. So I sat there to gather my thoughts and I said, okay, what is here? So before I start writing, what is here? I asked myself, and I'm like, I'm expecting anger to be here. I'm expecting anger to show up. Bitterness, maybe, frustration, any of those things. They're actually easier vibrations for me to deal with. They're easier emotions for me to deal with. But that's not what showed up. Hurt showed up. I tapped into this overwhelming sense of hurt. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the hurt like it's a person, you know, like it's sitting in a chair in front of me. And I'm like, okay, hurt. Why are you here? You least favorite emotion. I could have dealt with any of the other ones first. Why are you here? And hurt was basically like, because you never released me. You know, you let go bits of me and bits you hold on to. So I'm like, okay. So I'm journaling, I'm writing, and I'm seeing what's going on inside me. So I'm holding on to parts of hurt. Why am I holding on to you? Because it keeps you safe. Wrote that down. So I realized, and that's why I wanted to do this video, in that instance, as I'm on this long drawn out journey to forgiveness, that sometimes we hold on to hurt. And maybe not even all of it, might release pieces of it, but we do hold on, some of us, to a piece of it. And so when I started to continue to interview my hurt to see, like, you know, what is it sticking around for? What am I keeping it for? What am I holding on to it for? It was like to keep yourself safe. So the hurt, it basically keeps you safe. Number one, from going through that type of hurt again. And also, it causes some wicked defense mechanisms. So I realized from sitting there and interviewing my hurt that I had held on to it to keep me safe. And I didn't have to do that anymore. That I can still be safe without the hurt. So it wasn't like I wasn't willing to forgive. I've been willing to forgive and forgiving in bits and pieces, and, you know, forgive a chunk and then get mad again and then, you know, doing that kind of thing. But what it really was that a part of me believed in holding on to the hurt to keep me safe. So I said to her, I said, look, I don't want you to live here no more. I want you to get the fuck out. I said it just like that. And Hurt was like, okay. And I in my mind, the visualization, I saw Hurt stand up and walk out. And it was so crazy because the door to the patio was right there. And when I visualized Hurt walking out, it got cooler in the room. Because I always experience hurt as being a hot emotion, an intense emotion. And when I said that, the room got cooler. And I was like, wow. So I sat there and I was like, and don't come back either. And then I sat and wrote in my journal about the experience and how I felt and discernment and forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. So even though I am like kind of blown away, like this, I feel like the wind has been knocked out of me, but I don't feel bad. I feel lighter. And I feel like I'm going down the right direction. I've been going in this direction, and I feel like I feel like I'm close to the end. I feel it. It's like every time I think I'm at the end, I realize I'm not. But this time, I felt so strongly like you did good, you're close. And I wasn't thinking it or wondering about it. I just felt it, because it was like once you can let go of hurt, then the other things can occur. They can't occur while we hold on to the hurt. So if we're holding on to the hurt because it protects us, or because it's our righteous anger, or whatever it is, I learned in that instance that we didn't need it. I learned that I could protect myself in other ways, because right after that I pulled some more cards and I said, well, how do I protect myself now? And Buddha was like, with unconditional love. So like you protect yourself by using other means. Use unconditional love from the divine, the protection of the angels, other vibrations, other love, other things along those lines, other people, other situations. And I realized from sitting there, like, wow, you don't have to be protected by hurt. You don't have to hold on to hurt for it to protect you. You can let it go and be protected by other energies that are a lot more productive. So that's what I experienced today, guys, and I wanted to tell you about it. I made sure I came in here because I was not really feeling like doing a video, to be honest with you. I felt like going to sleep, but then I was like, you know what? This is the best time to do a video, because there could be somebody else going through the same process, and this information could be valuable to them the same way it was valuable to you. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go tell them. I'm gonna try to get myself together and put my crown on and look as good as I can, and I'm gonna go tell them. So today, everybody, I said goodbye to hurt. I decided to stop having an affair with hurt, and even if it does resurface, I'm gonna keep putting it out. Whenever it resurfaces, I'm gonna put it out, because I think that hurt is something that comes back and forth. Maybe not about the same thing, but something else will hurt you again, and hurt will come back. Someone else, something else, some situation, something on TV, something else will hurt again, and it'll come back. And I think the trick is to not let hurt become a roommate, not let hurt become a constant companion, but kick hurt to the curb after it's been there too long. And in my case, it's been here way too long. So I'm going to keep on releasing. So tomorrow I'm back at it. I'm going to keep releasing. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow that I did today. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to find a good forgiveness meditation. I'm going to pull out my favorite oracle cards, and I'm going to ask the same questions until the spirits tell me that it's time to move to the next topic. I'm going to make sure that I do as much forgiveness work as I possibly can, because there's other people to forgive. Voldemort was just number one. So I'm going to go through all of them, and I'm going to make sure that I go through the same process of putting out hurt every single time. So I wanted to point that out to you guys, because I know some of you may have similar journeys. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. Now I'm going to bed. Come back soon, because I have a lot more to say. And if you would like to get a reading done, if you want me to pull some cards for you, email me. I think my first opening is October 16th. So if you would like to get a reading done, please email me and I'll give you an appointment. Likewise, all of my information will be underneath this video in case you want to get in touch with me. And my Patreon information will be underneath this video. And my PayPal in case you want to send me a love donation. I want to thank you all for listening and for being here. You guys rock. See you later.